What is up, guys? Okay. Alrighty, we are officially live. How do I do this? Pop out chat. And what is up, guys? Pop this up. Okay, I turned on my monetization because, you know, I gotta run ads. Alrighty. We are live. Should I have some music playing in the background right now? Jazz. What's up, Lawrence? How you doing? Greetings from the Netherlands. That's pretty awesome. Netherlands. That is I don't even, where is that? That's I mean, I just know it's Dutch. You know, I'd like to go over there. And not just because of the cafe, whatever you want to call it. What the hell is this? Do you guys see that in the chat? Oh no, wrong chat. Whoops. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to set myself up here. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so please bear with me. Holland. Yep. Wow, 2 people from Holland. That's awesome. What's the time zone over there? I think you guys are, I think 6 or 7 hours ahead of my time zone. I am Central Standard Time. It is 10:46 a.m. right now. Holland. Hold on, we're gonna do a little Google search. Netherlands. Okay, you guys are right next to the UK. I know the UK is like 6 hours ahead, so. Holland. Amsterdam. Hey, this is where everyone talks about or thinks of whenever they think of Holland. Rotterdam. Yeah, I would really like to go out there someday. All right, tell me, what do you guys want to hear about? Because I have a bunch of tabs opened up with a variety of stocks. I got AQST, RVPH, ENVB. If you guys just look at the tabs up top, that's kind of what I was planning on talking about. Yeah, guys, just wanted to start a live stream because it's been a while since I've been on the live stream. Again, kind of had a writer's block, and like, you know, a lot of guys like to make videos, like random videos about the same stocks every single day, and it's hard to do that, man. Damn. Rocket Labs. Ah, okay, okay. Jackie's okay. So, good morning, Charles. Reading from Belgium. Man, everyone's on the other side of the planet. What the heck? That's crazy. 1746. Yeah, you guys are 7 hours ahead. Amsterdam, my city. Rocket Labs. Okay. BBIG has been a pretty popular stock recently. I did call it to go lower, and I mean, that's what it's doing. Everyone's still expecting this thing to squeeze. So here are some price targets if you guys haven't seen them yet. At least analyst price targets. Aquestive Therapeutics, it's around a $4 stock right now. The low end of the spectrum on the analyst forecast is around $7 a stock, so pretty good upside there. RVPH, we got a $4 stock right now. Hello, Tech Now or Later. Welcome. You missed me on YouTube? I missed you too, friends. 415. We got $10 low rating. That's another almost, what, 2.5 times, 140% upside as far as analyst forecast goes. And Veric Biosciences also has around doubling in terms of forecast. I really like this one. The stocks that I've talked about, the first few, these have very good price action behind it. Jupiter Wellness is a stock I actually bought. They have no forecast, but I'm going to hold this, again, because of the price action. BBIG, this is one that if you're buying it, you're chasing it. So, hold on. I got a phone call, guys. Give me a sec. What the heck? All right, yeah, random phone call there. What else do we got? Yeah, Vinco Ventures. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but if you made some money, like that's great. But the price action doesn't look too good anymore. Nano Dimension also looking really good. Like I really like how Nano Dimension's starting to turn out for in terms of price action. This thing's been trading sideways for way too long. How many guys do I have in here in the chat? There you go. I got 22 guys in here. Let me change the chat so you guys can see. Maybe this will help with the chat. I just changed the color in the chat box so you guys can see your chat inside the window. Hopefully it doesn't take up too much space and it's annoying. Also, is the live stream a little choppy, by the way, because I have it off of the wired connection. I'm relying on my Wi-Fi right now for this. So if it's too choppy, I'll plug in the cable. But it wasn't working earlier. So that's why I had to do that. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure this works for you guys. Thoughts on Cardano? Okay. Come on, guys. I need you guys populating this chat right now. It kind of helps me figure out what you guys want. Also, I'm going to put a poll up here. I just put a poll up. I'll leave the poll open for maybe, I don't know, 20-30 minutes just to get a gauge for, you know, what kind of investors or traders you guys are. I have AQMS Aqua Metals, right? Is that what that is? SOS ASTR. Okay. Nice. Yeah, Nano Dimension is my second largest position. At least investment. Everything else is in a variety of other stocks. All right, I'm going to show you guys my portfolio, at least my stock portfolio, and kind of share with you the dangers of taking short-term speculative positions. I usually don't buy options. The only time I bought options actually and made a ton of money was last year on Nano Dimension. The day that the options came out, I made a video for you guys, you know, letting you guys know that, you know, the exchanges had enough volume, I guess, and put a bunch of shares on the side to allow for options trading on Nano Dimension. That was probably my biggest single gain aside from Bitcoin. The difference is with Nano Dimension, I actually realized those gains, so I will get taxed at the end of this year. But man, it was crazy. I wish I would have bought more call options, but again, I'm not too sad about it because I ended up moving a lot of it into Bitcoin. But I bought 20 call options for about 20 times, I think it was $1.49, so $149 times 20. It was like close to $3,000, and I ended up selling them for almost 40 grand. So that was nuts. But I also want to remind you guys that whenever, especially newer investors, I would consider myself a newer investor, even though I've been in the market for like maybe a little over 2 years now. Whenever you have short-term gains like that, and it like rewires your brain to chase after similar gains, and you end up getting burned chasing those similar gains. So I want to remind you guys that, like, just because you made some money short term, don't kind of have that same mentality that's going to happen every single time. So I'm trying to warn you guys. Let me read some stuff in the chat so you guys can whatchamacallit, so you guys can, what am I trying to say? Let me read the chat so I know what you guys are looking for, and so you guys can get more involved. I want you guys involved in the chat. Please blow up this chat. I want to know your thoughts, and I want to keep you guys busy. I'm trying to engage you guys. I'm trying to engage my audience more. I feel like I haven't done that very well in the past. Oh, and if the music's annoying, tell me to shut it up. I'll shut it up. Okay. Okay. Cardano. All right. What do you guys want to look at first? Do you guys want my thoughts on the options I have, my portfolio, the gains I've made, the losses I've also accumulated, or do you guys want me to just, you know, talk about, for example, Cardano and just look at different stocks? What would you guys like? Technical analysis? Or do you guys just want, you know, general thought process and how to not be poor, basically, or become poor trying to invest? Biggest fish, already read that. Been huddle. Yeah, same here, Jackie. Long-term investor in Nano Dimension, #1 stock. Eddie Lynch also added that they have done a lot of fundamental research and a long-term holder. Same here, brother. It's frustrating to see it's crazily oversold. Thoughts on when correction? Oh, it's been correcting, bro. I mean, Nano Dimension has been... So, okay, here's a little trick that you guys might not know. So, whenever you see these... Here, let me put this... Okay. I'm going to put it on Heikin-Ashi too, so it's a lot easier to, you know, catch the trends. No, not the line chart. Heikin-Ashi. Okay. So, do you see how these, like, pretty substantial, like, points that are kind of, like, obvious highs, obvious peaks? Let me put these down. And so I think that whenever Nano Dimension starts to run up, it's going to run up hard. It's just going to take a little bit for it to realize. We don't know when it's going to happen, right? But whenever you see these peaks like these and they don't breach previous highs, just imagine that people who are shorting the stock and consistently buying puts and putting limit orders and things, they like to put them above these highs. Okay, so let's just pretend none of this exists and we're back here. Just imagine that everything beyond, you know, here forward doesn't exist. Okay, so let me just draw it. Okay, imagine everything in the box doesn't exist yet. Okay, so this high was made. Imagine people started taking this short, and you're just, you know, piling on the shorts, piling on the puts. Everyone's limit orders are right up here. Okay, there's a ton of what you would call liquidity above these prices. And the longer that it trades below these prices and the longer people are short, the more prices, I mean, the more orders are going to accumulate above these points, okay? So as time progresses, using that mentality, now that you know that exists, same thing in this case, price comes up, people start taking it short again. Some of these guys above this price point, above this little candlestick right here, I'll mark it just so you guys can see it. This candlestick right here, okay, these guys got triggered. Okay, so imagine there's an area, like a pocket of liquidity above this area. These guys got triggered. How did these guys get their limit orders triggered? This candlestick right here. Anyone trying to catch a breakout above this point essentially got their orders filled, and the market brought them lower, okay? But the thing is that we have not breached major highs in a while. Like, it's literally since, you know, February, pretty much. So all this liquidity is building up here. Liquidity building here. This one hardly failed to break this, if at all. Liquidity there. So just imagine there's just this huge pocket of money sitting in this area right here, like huge pocket of money. So eventually prices are going to come up here and grab these orders again. But of course, this is going to suck for people who are short, but excellent for people who are long and actually, you know, want to own the stock. So that's something to, you know, think about. Fruit for thought. So you can apply that to a lot of things. That's why I really like the technicals on a lot of these other stocks that I've been talking about, just because the longer these stocks trade lower, the more liquidity builds up on the upside. It's annoying, but just think of it as like a slingshot. So the longer this thing trades sideways, lower, and the more developments the companies have, the harder they're going to rally. So just think of it as you're getting more time to accumulate at cheaper prices. So I guess in a sense you could be thankful, right? In the Netherlands, I'm reading comments now, guys. It's I'm trying to catch up. So we have 80% are long-term investors, 20% of you are more on the short-term speculative side. Do I think Nano Dimension will go lower than $3? Probably not. The only way they would go under $3 is if they burn through that cash that they have on the balance sheet, or if they were to issue the rest of their authorized shares. I think they got like 500 million authorized shares with about half of them outstanding. Good price entry for Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, I just tell people to dollar cost average and just learn about it and accumulate, and you'll understand why right now it's still early in Bitcoin and that you can still grab a piece. A good price entry for Bitcoin is like asking, imagine like asking this question years ago when Amazon was between $50 and $100. You know, today, how much is Amazon stock? Like, you know, $3,000. Does it really make a difference if you bought Amazon at $50 or $100 if you would have timed it? Not really. So, again, you just have to understand what you're buying. So, good price entry for Bitcoin is today. Do I think Nano Dimension will go lower than $3? Again, no. Rocket Lab destroy their earnings. Okay. Is that Rocket Companies? Is that RKT? Or is that RKLB? I'm going to guess RKLB. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, please don't chase stuff like this, guys. There's no reason to chase stuff like this. But look, see, do you see what I'm saying here? Like, check this out. So imagine this doesn't exist. Okay, I'm gonna highlight again this box. If this doesn't exist, all of this liquidity was building up for, you know, a while. Excuse me. So what ends up happening, these highs, they don't get breached. But when they get breached hard. The move already happened, so there's no reason to chase it. Just imagine that once it breaks through all of this liquidity, just imagine that all the price action for this stock resets and we're back to the accumulation phase. Okay, so don't be chasing stuff like this. Nice. So you've been holding it for a while, or? Yeah, see this, guys, this stock doubled in a matter of like a week. Hey Jennifer, how's it going? How are you doing? It's been a while. I know I haven't been on the streams too much. I'm so sorry. Mohammed said, without dilution, shareholders, and if they execute their promises and plans, where do you think the stock could be at in 3 to 5 years? Depending, they still got to have some sales, because I mean that's what investors like to look for. But I mean, let's assume that over the next 3 to 5 years, Nndm. So right now, Nndm's on track to spend around 80 million a year in R&D. So in 3 to 5 years, let's say they spend $500 million. Let's say they have $1 billion left, and they issue another 250 million shares. Okay. So let's say they have no debt, $1 billion, and 500 million shares outstanding. We get $1 billion, divide that by 500 million possible shares. That is $2 per share in book value. Okay, so by strictly cash position book value, they would be worth at least $2 per share. At that point, you would have to figure out, okay, what is the company itself worth? And you would have to, you know, figure out what are you willing to pay for it. My mentality around that right now is that you guys have to look at the macros. Real rates of return are negative right now. If you look at bond yields, treasury bonds, the risk-free rate of return, which people like to use, and the example would be treasury bonds. That's what people like to use because it's almost impossible for the government to default on paying out on the bonds once they mature. It's negative right now. So if you're looking at asset inflation, which has been 10 to 15%, so, you know, stocks, primarily small caps and technology stocks, if you get that, you know, 10 to 15% asset inflation and then subtract, I mean, you start with the bond yield of, let's say, the 10-year, that's like 1.5%. It's a little less, but let's just say 1.5. That's your compound annual growth rate on the bonds. And then you subtract how fast assets are inflating in value, or price, I should say. You won't even keep up with that. So essentially, there's no better place right now to put your money than in equities. People don't know where to put their money, so you just got to pick the right things that you want to hold. And I think stocks are a huge one. Bitcoin is going to be another huge one. You just have to think, okay, in 5 years, where do you think prices can be based on just inflation alone? I think at least in 3 to 5 years, it'll be maybe a $20 stock. That's being conservative. And that would mean it's, 4 times more than it is now. So if it doubles how many times? That's 4 times in 5 years. We're looking at a, pretty much, what is that? 70, the rule of 72. So we're talking like a 30 to 40% compound annual growth rate on Nano Dimension if you're just buying it, holding it, and just chilling. Okay. That's what I would expect. 30 to 40% compound annual growth rate on Nano Dimension, conservatively, if you just buy it and hold it. Met me on RL last week, talked about GME, keep grinding, man. Wait, what? On Rocket League? Michael? Wait, who are you? Michael, who are you? Tell me your in-game name. We'll hop on Rocket League later. Tell me your name, bro. Message me on Steam. That's so funny. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you guys for watching and being on the stream and just listening to me talk. It would really suck to keep my thoughts bottled in my head, so I really enjoy these streams and, you know, interacting with you guys. Got you. Yeah, message me on Steam, bro, Michael. I'm not buying Cardano. People would argue with me that, you know, I should have exposure to all these different like asset classes aside from Bitcoin. The only reason I don't have Cardano is because I'm too heavily invested in Bitcoin right now. For one, it's the only thing that's been immutable for the last 12 years. Cardano is yet to even launch one smart contract. Everything has protocols that are changing. Everything's too centralized for me. I think that it's like, I forgot where I've heard this, but basically buying into anything else other than Bitcoin is like being a venture capitalist, and you're essentially betting on the next big security blowing up. But if you're buying Bitcoin, you're just buying into an asset class. You're buying into an ocean that hasn't been discovered yet, and there's only so much water in the ocean for everybody. So you just have to kind of like wire your mindset and how you approach things when you buy. It doesn't mean I'm telling you shouldn't buy Cardano. You could probably make a ton of money. I'm just saying that the protocols are not mature yet, so it's kind of hard to, you know, gauge where exactly it's going, what it'll be worth, and if people are really going to buy into the technology. BioNano, it's not that I'm not a big fan. It's just like really hard for me to follow exactly what they're doing since I don't understand genomics for crap. So, you know, it's not that I don't like them or anything. I mean, this could pop off like Nano Dimension at any point, again, because, you know, a lot of liquidity is building up on the upside, and it just keeps trailing lower. So at some point, it's gonna flip. As long as these guys continue to exist, eventually, the technology should improve, right? And, you know, the market will follow suit. So you just got to be patient, really. Everyone's looking for short squeezes all the time. It's really like degenerative thinking. It's really sad, but that's just what it is. But that's what people like to hear. So I mean, what can I say? I would also love Nano to bounce too, man. How do I think Nano Dimension will do with future buyouts? If they can use the tech to their advantage, if they can actually use the technology and they're not just buying companies strictly for cash flows to please investors, that'll pay out tenfold if they don't do some crap like that. Like, they can't be buying companies strictly to fluff revenues. If they're buying companies out, it's because they're going to use the tech or implement the tech somehow, or they're going to use their distribution channels. They're going to use existing customers. Like that's what they're going for. Short interest on Nano is like, man, I had this it's called ortex.com. They have like really nice metrics. They have like the API for stocks of like all kinds of metrics that you could think of. I think it was like 20 or 30%, something like that. It's not super shorted like some of these other stocks, but it is pretty short. I would say I think it's somewhere between 20 and 30% of the float is short. So also, you know, something to think about. Steel Tide said, I like how you narrow your investing focus. This is difficult for new investors to do, I think. So your thoughts and strategy, I think, will help them. Yeah, it really is a matter of just like being laser focused and thinking long term. Like, you know what? Dang, do I have my... I'm going to pull up my first newsletter, okay? I'm going to read it to you guys because I think everyone needs to hear this. Okay, guys, if you guys want to subscribe to my Substack, by the way, go to johnpaulinvesting.substack.com. It's totally free, and I will just share my thoughts with you. This actually took me a little while to write because I wanted it to be like super like insightful, you know. But I don't know if every single newsletter is going to be as like crispy as this one, but I enjoyed it. So do you guys want me to read it to you guys? It's not too long, but I would really like to like help you guys frame your mindset around low time preference thinking as opposed to high time preference thinking. Like people just, man, I wish everybody knew about this stuff. Really, like, if you think long term, you'll be fine. Like, it's crazy how some people will have so much talent and acquire all this wealth short term and then blow it all. I think athletes are a great example of this, and it's possible for, you know, normal people like you and I to just, you know, have basic skill sets, not accumulate millions of dollars within, you know, a couple of years, and be able to, you know, retire a lot earlier than some of these guys who end up going broke and, you know, just accumulate so much wealth just because of low time preference thinking. Like, it's insane. Yeah, subscribe to the Substack and read this if you'd like. I actually won't read it, but I really think if you guys read this, it'll help you guys kind of understand what you're doing and why you're doing it when it comes to, you know, buying some of these stocks. Let me continue reading your comments, guys. I'm a little behind. Do I have Ethereum? I have like... I don't even have... I have like $50 worth of Ethereum that I got, you know, a couple years ago. I ended up selling all of it for more Bitcoin. Again, that kind of goes back to my, you know, Ethereum's been changing too much. It's not immutable. It's centralized. No one really knows where it's going. NFTs are super speculative. Like, it's not for me. It doesn't mean you shouldn't buy it and maybe kind of, you know, dabble into it and figure out, you know, what it is they're doing. It doesn't mean, you know, I'm right and you're wrong. It's just not for me, literally. That's just simply put. I mean, there's a chance maybe Ethereum could outperform Bitcoin this cycle, so we'll see. I mean, you never know. But when I buy Bitcoin, I'm comfortable sleeping at night because I know what I have. Volvo Cars is going to IPO at a $20 billion valuation. Wow. I have no thoughts on that just because I haven't looked into that enough. Yeah, I don't know. $20 billion valuation. Just take a quick look at their balance sheet and figure out what it is they have on the balance sheet in assets versus their liabilities. Look at their working capital. Just get their current assets, subtract the current liabilities. Are they starving for money right now? Are they going to be raising a bunch of money in the near future? You know, what position is the company in? And if you're looking for growth, do you think a 20 billion valuation has room to, you know, go up? And there is plenty of good news coming out for BioNano and Nano Dimension. Dan Ross. David is laughing. I don't know why he's laughing, but I'm kind of behind here, guys. I'm just kind of talking a lot. Nano Dimension's powerhouse. Everything needs what it can provide. Yeah, Nano Dimension is going to be a huge company, I think. I made a video on that a couple days ago. $100 billion company in the making. Who knows what $100 billion is even worth in, like, you know, 5 or 10 years, but $100 billion is probably still going to be a lot of money. Anyone who thinks otherwise is a dysfunctional investor. Again, it just comes down to, you know, learning from your mistakes and then adjusting accordingly. So yeah, thanks for your input, Kyle. Nice green candles on Tesla. I have not checked Tesla. Again, I'm gonna shout out my own Substack. This live stream is sponsored by John Paul Investing's newsletter, so check that out, guys. Cardano, I'm sitting out of that. Short interest of 10%, 25 million shares. Okay, cool. So you got Ortex deal. That's good. Dan Ross said heck no on Volvo. Yeah, I don't know about Volvo. Short interest data kind of fell a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. We don't need short interest piling on Nano Dimension anyways. Like, really, honestly, long term, it doesn't even matter to us. So just hold tight, guys. Okay. Man, I had a spreadsheet I wanted to share with you guys. Oh man, Bitcoin's kind of popping off a little bit, huh? That's pretty nice. This number is going to be huge in a few years, guys. Mark my words. 48,000 is nothing. So buy it while you can. And make sure you actually custody it and own it. Oh, BBIG, I was saying that the move already happened, that it captured all the liquidity it needed, and there's no reason for it to really squeeze any harder than it already has. But if people want to take speculative positions just because there's a lot of short interest on it, then, you know, by all means, go for it. But this is not something I would chase at all. Yeah, I would not chase this. Unless you can find, like, a hard close above, you know, $9.50 or $10. I don't think it's worth chasing, but a lot of people would disagree with me. But again, that's they approach the market a lot differently than I do, so you know. Yeah, I mean, if a stock's gonna, you know, quadruple in price in, you know, a matter of days, like it's gonna be really hard to argue with me about that. Again, to each their own. You can't please everyone. To each their own. I did buy JUPW stock though. Let me look up JUPW. I got 1,000 shares of this at $1.81. We'll see if the price action plays out nicely and, you know, comes back. I was thinking that it would close a gap that it made at least to around $2.70. So this is my play right now. Is I usually don't take short-term speculative positions, but the price action just looked too good on this, so I'm gonna hold this until around 270. I would sell a majority of it and then just hold the rest and see where it goes. Just because, literally just because why not? Again, it's not a huge position at all, so I'm not gonna, you know, become homeless if this goes bad. So, yeah, don't put yourself in financial ruin trying to take short-term positions. Because we don't know if this company will exist in, you know, 5 or 10 years. You know, no one really knows. I mean, I think they will, but we'll just have to wait and see, really. Oh, the music I'm listening to, so this is called Happy Jazz on Coffee Shop Ambience on YouTube. It's Bossa Nova, which is like a Brazilian jazz. I really like it. It's relaxing music. So, you know, it is for a good mood. It definitely is. I enjoy this stuff a lot. I'm going to thumb up this video. It deserves it. So do you guys want to learn how to, you know, generate some income on your portfolios? Credit spreads? I've never learned that. Stone, I've never learned about doing credit spreads, man. I've only ever sold put options or sold call options, but I've never taken two sides at one time. Ever, ever, ever. I've never done that. Again, I feel like it's just not for me, but I mean, I wouldn't mind learning. You know, there's no harm in learning something new, you know. Do due diligence on JEPW. JEPW? Which one is that? Oh, you mean JUPW? Yeah, so these guys are like man, I already forgot. It's been a couple days. They're in a, you know what? Let me just pull them up so you guys can see it. I'm just gonna pull it up real quick so you guys. What was I looking at? They're like in a clinical state, like stage or phase 3 on the clinical trials. Look, most current report. Let's zoom in and read this so you guys can get an idea of what's happening. As previously announced on November 10th, 2020, Jupiter Wellness entered a 3-year endorsement agreement with this one company. Okay, this is not what I was looking for. I think that's kind of low impact. There's something else that I was reading here. They were getting into some kind of... you know what? Hold on. So what you could do is you can go on Google, just type in Jupiter Wellness Clinical Trials. Okay. Treatment of herpes. Oh, okay. So they have like so their herpes topical treatment stuff is just one of their products. They have a bunch of things for like eczema and, man, I was looking at this man, where is it? Basically they have several topical solutions that are coming out to the market. I mean, not topical. I think it's going to be oral ingestion. So instead of like having to apply cream on yourself all the time, I think they're just trying to put it in a pill, which from one of their surveys, you know, allegedly this is what people want. They want to take it orally and then not have to worry about, you know, applying a cream. You know, you just like pop the pill, that's it, you're done. Yeah. Basic due diligence there. They're in the phase 3 as far as I remember, and they're not too far from getting that approved in a sense. I mean, let's go on their website real quick. So if you guys don't know how to even do due diligence, I mean, this is how I do mine. I always go to the company websites and check their investor presentations, and then go on the Securities Exchange Commission and check out their filings and just see if anything interesting or developing has been published as of recent. So you go to investors. There you go. So let's go down here. They have like a timeline here. Okay, check this out. Clinical pipeline 4 indications, $24 billion market. I mean, I would take this with a grain of salt, but I mean, it's still a big market. So this is what they're closest to completing right now. This JW/100. Oh, so if you look this up and then put clinical trials next to it, you will definitely find the here you go. I found it already. See, you just got to find the right, you got to put the right keywords. Study date start September 1st, 2021. This is phase 3, so they're very close to getting approved. They've already, I guess right now they're proving the efficacy right now, so it's already been deemed safe, so they're just trying to compare it to existing eczema treatments. I think they're comparing it to what are they comparing it to? They're comparing it to a Pfizer one. Here you go. So JW100 is being compared against the Eucrisa topical Pfizer treatment, cosmetic CBD cream. Okay, so it is a cream. Okay, this one's a cream. I'm pretty sure something else is topical. I mean, like a pill. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I guess some people are, you know, I mean, the selling point here is the CBD. People don't like all the chemicals and stuff, so I mean, again, this is like a short-term position for me. At least a majority of it is short term, so we'll see how it goes, man. We will see how it goes. Okay, so answering what's my favorite sub $50 stock? I gotta say, right now, can you guys guess? Can you guys guess? It's got to be one of these two. I mean, they're pretty close to each other. I gotta say Nndm. Sensonics is right there too. We're still waiting on that FDA approval, guys. As soon as that happens, trust me, I will make a video on it. There's a chance stock price could fall too, by the way, whenever that happens. So don't be surprised if, you know, we get 180-day approval and then the stock dumps. Like, literally, don't be surprised. Yes, 14 Kokoro asked any other stocks that I would buy which have potential to grow in the long term. I mean, there's probably a bunch. It's just I'm really like putting my eggs in just a couple or a few baskets as opposed to just distributing all of them. The only reason I'm able to do that with conviction, though, is because I'm really doing my research on these. And I'm paying really close attention to it. Plus, it's a lot easier to track my portfolio if I only have a few positions as opposed to like 20 or 30 stocks. Especially with, you know, smaller account sizes like the one I have right now. Like, I have $13,000 in this account right now, which is not huge by any means. It's a lot of money for some, but if we're talking, you know, the public equity markets, this is literally like a drop in an ocean. So it's really easy to just concentrate this amount of money in a few things and just have high conviction from doing your research. I mean, that's how Warren Buffett did it, right? That's the equity play. As far as other stocks, though, I mean, I have a bunch in this list. I have a list here called Need to Research. Have I done research on a lot of these? Not enough, that's for sure. But, I mean, a lot of stocks will go up and a lot of stocks will go down, but only time will tell which ones will exist for a long time. So, when you invest, your goal is to not lose your money, basically. Let's go down this list. Jumia, I think, has potential, though their stock has been underperforming pretty hard recently. I've made a few videos on Jumia also. These guys could be in a position to see their stock run up also. I have not been paying attention to them recently as far as fundamentals go. I have no like immediate recollection of them, you know, having any great news that would say, oh my god, you have to buy this stock now. You know, like nothing's indicating that whatsoever at all. Stone said, I made 1,260 in just 2 days off put credit spreads. You should really get into them. You're basically betting that the share price won't be at your strike price. You put down collateral, you collect premium. Wait, so what's the difference between that and just selling a put option? I'm going to have to do my research on that, man. But congratulations on making some money. That's pretty good. 1,260, how much did you put? How much did you have to tie up in collateral for that? Steel Tide says JUPW is an FDA approval play, essentially. Okay, yeah, you could put it that way. It's like a nice price action accompanied by some fundamentals around the corner. So yeah, I guess in a sense. I would say 70% of the reason I took that position, again, is more on price action. Sorry. Long-term holder. Ben is a long-term holder of Nndm. 5 to 10 years is okay with me. The daily up and down of Nndm in a few years is to be expected. Yeah, pretty much. It's volatility. Just imagine if the markets were closed for, let's say the stock market closed for a whole year and we got no quotes or price updates for a whole year. That's essentially how you should approach Nndm. Like, the only reason people are so sensitive to price is because we have we literally, instead of, you know, having to wait for a newspaper that comes, you know, once or twice a week with updated price quotes, we can literally open up our phone and just look at price changing every second. That's the problem. You can't be approaching the market like that. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's bad for your health to approach the market like that. Like, it really is not healthy. Before I got into stocks, I was trying to day trade Forex with leverage. And I was, man, that was an unhealthy time of my life. Though I can't hate on it because it really taught me a lot of what I know now as far as technical analysis and market psychology and, you know, dealing with leverage. Leverage is dangerous, by the way. You gotta approach it healthily, you know. 500 shares into Nndm. Kyle, what about Palantir? AMC, everyone wants some AMC. AMC is a hot stock. Let's see. Sure, let's look at AMC real quick. I hate these diagonal trend lines, but people like it. Any diagonal trend lines you guys use, take those with a grain of salt. I think it's just the market playing games with people. If you guys want true support and resistance, you got to go horizontal, because what are limit orders? They are horizontal support and resistance lines, basically. Limit orders are at one price, so you know, no one has limit orders that look like this, you know, that on a certain day it's, you know, one price, but then it goes up in price as time goes on. Like, no, if you put orders, they look like this. So just imagine, you know, a bunch of orders, like, how do I even explain it? Just imagine that there's a bunch of horizontal lines that are invisible to us because we aren't, you know, managing the order books, and we're not, you know, a market maker, so we don't see that stuff. But no one has diagonal order limit orders. That just doesn't exist. Since I bought it, restructure the shares. Kaboom. Tim said, I sold all 300 shares of Nndm to buy ILUS last week. It's up 40% since I bought it. Once they restructure the shares, kaboom. What do you mean kaboom? Like it's gonna crash again? Oh yeah, see? So check this out, guys. Once it breaks these highs, it takes a breather. Breaches new highs, captures liquidity, takes a breather. It's pretty normal, so do be aware of that. Although it could pull a Nndm, no one ever knows, right? If you want to see those run-ups, those big run-ups, you have to let it kind of chill for a little bit. Straight up vertical movement is bad, unless you bought it early, of course. If you're chasing it, that is bad. See you later, Kyle. Have a good one. Hut? No, I didn't. I sold some put options on Hut and collected some premiums on Hut. But all those premiums, I've basically rolled all the premiums I collected into some long call options. Here's a quick $5. For example, I collected $135 premium, bought it back. Sold, so collected $275, bought it back for $110. Collected $32, bought it back for $24. So I'm making like a few bucks at a time here. Or wait, actually no, I sold, yeah, I got $82 and then bought it back for $24 basically. Yeah, like it's a good way to make some money, especially if you're catching some volatility. I probably made, I don't know, like $300 or $400 just off premiums on Hut the past few weeks. You can't complain. It's money I otherwise wouldn't have. So I mean, just do that consistently, and it's really like income, guys. Kyle Kyle, oh no. What do you say? Oh, I'm not worried. I'm heavy Nano Dimension, Bio-Nano, and AMD. Got you. Any thoughts on Cano? I like the last month. Chat or chart? And I think it's really undervalued. Can you add some substance to that, Corey? Why do you think that? Why do you think it's undervalued? And why do you like last month's chat? You gotta give me some substance so I can, you know, kind of expound upon it. How to check out UPH trading under $4, but Tip Ranks has an average price of around 13. What's the ticker again? It's UPH. By the way, is the music too loud, guys? Just want to check up on that. Up Health Inc. See it. Ooh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna look at this. Hold on. And it's been trending lower. Huh. I like seeing stuff like this, guys. Does this account, have they had any stock splits? Do you know? Because TradingView doesn't like to account for stock splits. So a good way to do that, by the way, you go to macro trends, and then you go and look up the stock ticker that you would like to look at, and then you go to prices, and then you close these pop-up ads, and then you go to stock splits, and then it'll show you. So these guys have just been trending lower. Okay, I like this. I like seeing stocks go lower.
Arculus.
I really do like this. Okay, let's go on. Let me close some tabs here. I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna close this, and we're going to you're gonna use this tab right here. We're gonna do a little due diligence real quick, guys. So if you guys want to follow along. So I like to use SEC Edgar, as I've mentioned. I mean, that's where all the company filings are. So I'm gonna look up the shares outstanding right now and figure out, you know, what they got going on. Ugh. They registered new shares. How many shares? So just 52 million worth of shares. I mean, this isn't even filled out yet. Okay. I'm not going to even look into this. Don't even worry about it. Let's look at their most recent 10Q. That'll for sure tell us what they got going on. Okay, we're looking at 117 million shares outstanding. I'm going to go on the balance sheet, see what they got authorized right now. They have 300 million shares authorized, so they can issue another 180 million shares if they want. 117 million shares outstanding. So here's what happened with Nano Dimension. They had some shares available to issue. Once the stock price started running up, they started issuing these shares to institutional investors at consistently higher prices. So, I mean, maybe we'll see something happen in this stock where the stock starts to shoot up in price, and then they start issuing these cash raises. I mean, do they need it? I mean, anyone could use cash, right? But it depends how they're going to use it. So, December of last year, they had maybe 13 million on the balance sheet. Now they got 150 million on the balance sheet, at least in current assets. 262. Okay, they quadrupled their assets, and maybe 7 times their liabilities. What happened here? So they got some long-term debts. Okay. So current assets, current liabilities. What are their current liabilities total? 156 million. So they have, they're kind of short on working capital. which is current assets minus current liabilities. So they might be a little bit starved for cash after a year. So at some point they're going to have to raise some more money. So I wouldn't be surprised. But maybe this stock could run up. Honestly, this could run up. I mean, if you want to take like a, again, speculative position and just kind of sit on it and not expose yourself too much, I mean, it could be a nice play. But I'm not going to recommend that you buy it because that would be financial advice. And I'm not a financial advisor. How to put down 10,000 on 10,000 to make 12. Yeah, that's pretty good. 12%. Yeah. That is pretty good. I can't complain, especially if it's really short term. Yeah, man, you can't beat that, really. Former SPAC, no splits. Okay. YouTube private group. What are you going to post? How much is it going to cost? Oh, Mateo, he asked me about that. Okay. The thing I haven't. The thing is, I haven't started that yet, just because I want to be able to provide value. I really don't want it to be there just so you guys can just like donate to me, unless that is what you guys want. You guys have to let me know. I like want to provide value of some kind. I don't know if I'm gonna do like member only live streams in the future, or like, or I'll do public live streams. But if you want to talk, then you would have to be a member. I'm planning on the first tier to be $1.99 a month to subscribe on YouTube. And then I might altogether get rid of Patreon just because it's kind of hard to cycle through so many like platforms. What would you guys be comfortable like? Yeah, so if you, let's say you wanted to subscribe on YouTube as a like a partner, is $1.99 breaking the bank for a month? Like, what? Like, is that too much? You know, because it is monthly. I don't know if that's like too little, even. All I know is I have to do something to monetize my time. That's all I know, because whenever I spend time on here, if I don't have ads enabled, or I'm not putting like basically paid content, I'm not making any money basically, and I'm relying on strictly how I'm performing in the markets. So I mean, you know, it's just a way for me to monetize my time that I spend here. But if I'm gonna do that, I also want to provide value. So that's mainly the reason I haven't done it yet. I'm trying to find middle ground so everyone is happy, though I know I can't please every single person. You know, if you guys have thoughts on that, like, let me know. I mean, I'm still gonna post videos for free, you know, so that's kind of why I'm torn between it. And essentially, I would imagine it's just like a way to support the channel. Ben, I bought Tesla, AMD, and Netflix over 12 years ago. Damn. First 7 to 11 years, nothing happened. Then in 2020, my Tesla and Netflix went to the moon. I'm hoping one day Nndm Bbig will hit prime time also. Yeah, man. That's the bet. That's the bet here, is that Nndm Bbig is going to be a huge company. Congratulations on your Tesla position, though, especially. AMD did good, too. I mean, honestly, all three of those did tremendously well. So, good job, Ben. I salute you. I wish to be an investor like yourself. So do you calculate valuations on stocks? Honestly, valuations are so out of whack right now because interest rates are pretty much, like, real rates are below zero. So valuations are going to be totally out of whack because people are using these assets, these stocks, as essentially stores of value right now. So it's really hard to even, like, calculate valuations without them being, you know, pretty arbitrary compared to traditional metrics like price to sales, price to earnings. Everything's out of whack. So valuations is pretty hard. But if you can find something that is expected to grow, you know, double every few years, I mean, like Tesla, for example, and they have like price to sales of like, I mean, as far as I remember, price to sales is like a way to gauge like percentage growth on a compound annual growth rate basis. So if they get a price to sales of like, let's say like 10, I would want them to grow at least 10% a year. Or it could be price to earnings. But yeah. $4.99, maybe at $4.99. If you're gonna support my channel with $5 a month, I gotta put like, I'll probably hire someone to make some like cool like graphics so you guys could like put those into live chats and like, you know, react and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been on Twitch live streams, but you know that they have like reaction emojis and stuff like that. I would probably do something like that. I got to make it worth your time if you're going to put, you know, contribute $5 to my channel a month. Yeah, Stone, I will definitely look at credit spreads more. It sounds like something I'm going to have to do some research into, though. As far as, again, the subscriptions, I think I'll probably start around $1.99 a month. Because, I mean, what is that? What is that a day? Like 10 cents? Not even. Like 8 cents a day? If you guys can just, like, whenever you go to work, if you can find a nickel on the ground, that's what it would take to support my channel, essentially, at that point. IDEX. I remember I was looking at that company before it, like, popped on the upside. Like, I was looking at it around $1 something, and then it, like, did this. And I was like kind of bummed that I didn't chase it, but then again, I remembered my values and I wasn't too sad about it. But the thing that made me not regret it at all is that when I went on their website, like, what the hell are they, what do they even do? Like, I feel like it's so unclear what they're doing. Ideonomics. And it's like a Chinese company, I believe, and I don't know. It's like there's too much kind of, like, there's too many questions when I look at this company. So I never really got involved too much. Like, it's too broad for me, basically. I don't even know how many guys do I have in the chat still. Okay, I got 24 people still in here, so I've still managed to keep your guys' attention. I hope you guys are getting value from this, and, you know, I'm not really wasting your time. Sonia, I didn't realize that was you. Hey, Sonia. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while. So the poll, I got 48 votes so far. So out of 48 votes, 83% of you, or 40 of you out of 48 are long-term investors. So I got 8 speculators. There's nothing wrong with that, guys, speculating. Honestly, I mean, if you want to make some money, like, if you want to short-term speculate and try to be right more often than wrong, and then use that money to accumulate things that you expect to hold for a long time, like, I mean, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, it's not for me, but if you're successful at that, I mean, milk the hell out of it, because, I mean, it'll do you well if you could take advantage of it. Me, I've gotten lucky a couple of times. I got really lucky with Nano Dimension last year with some call options, but I don't trust myself to have that kind of luck all the time. So that's why when I'm buying calls right now, as of recent, I'm not taking huge positions, like, at all, by any means. Like, in call options right now, equity wise, I probably see, like, here's what happens. The contracts, like, they're so volatile, and once they approach expiration, they really start to decay hard. These expire in a month, but whenever I bought these, like, this Aquesttive option I got was, I spent maybe close to $400 on it. It was like 370 something bucks, $375, and right now it's worth 115. So I've already lost 70% of my money on that. Could you imagine if you went all in on this? Another example, Nndm bought some call options. Bought 12 calls. I spent $360 on this. It is now worth $144, so I'm down another 60% there. And I bought 3 call options on Cyanics, and I spent $144 there, and I'm down 73% there, so it's worth $39. So all in all, I've got maybe, what does this add up to? Like $290-ish. So I've got $290 left, and I put up like, what is that? Like $500 basically. No, I put up more than that. Yeah, something like $500 or $600, and it's only worth about half. So I gotta warn you, that's what you can expect with calls, but it's not too bad because I know on the other end I'm gonna be a seller, an option seller. So you know what? Hold on, let me look at HUT 8 right now, see what the put options are looking like right now, because the stock fell pretty hard, so I'm sure the put premiums are going to be higher. Sell puts for October 15th. What does this look like right now? So a good way to look at this is if you're selling puts, it's because you have the cash available already. So if you have HUT 8, if you're looking at HUT 8 put options right now, for example, I'm looking at the $7.50 strike price, again, for example's sake. So in order to sell this put option, you would need, Robinhood only allows cash covered puts. I mean, yeah, cash secured puts and covered calls. So if you're selling call options, you need 100 shares, or if you're selling put options, you need the money, you need the collateral to cover for 100 shares. You can't do naked short options on Robinhood. Again, it's better that way anyways. It protects you. So in this case, the 750 put option, you would need $7.50 times 100. So that would be $750 in order to sell this contract. In return for selling that contract, right now you would be getting around 64 cents a share, or $64 up front. So you would have to tie up $750 to earn $64. So what I like to do is determine the cash on cash return on that investment, essentially. So if you get $64 and divide that into $750, you're getting around an 8.5% return in a month if this expires. And you keep the full $64. There's a chance that, you know, if stock price rallies pretty hard, you could just close this contract immediately and just cash out way earlier. But essentially, at this point, if you were to participate in this put option, for example, on an annualized basis, 8% is, you know, almost doubling your money in a year. So it's pretty good. Implied volatility is high, so being a seller is definitely optimal in this kind of environment. Again, though, it's volatile. It's expected to be volatile, so at any point, people are expecting HUT 8 to drop even more, which is why the premiums have been rising. HUT 8 is a Bitcoin mining company, so it's going to be very sensitive to Bitcoin's price. So also keep that in mind. I don't remember how much Bitcoin they have on the balance sheet. I honestly have no idea. I'm not even sure if they have any, but I'm sure they got to have some. A lot of these mining companies are in it for the cash flow. Some of these are actual, you know, Bitcoin hodlers. Hi Soul, I just know the value of long-term investing, but I'm also day trading whenever I get bored and see a good trade. Yeah, I'm with you there, man. That's why I have a couple of these call options. It does get kind of boring just waiting for these things to pan out, but I mean, you gotta, you can't put yourself in financial ruin either, you know? Justin said, thank you for looking into UPH live. Not only is it undervalued, but it's way oversold on the RSI due to the bounce back to $5, at least in the short term. That would be over 25% gain. Yeah, I'm with you there, man. It looks pretty good on the technical standpoint. I don't know enough about it to take like a huge position or anything, and I'm not in the position to open anything else right now. I'm pretty much fully invested, but I mean, it looks good. I think it looks good. Oh, something I learned too, guys, by the way, I didn't know this, but I never had margin enabled on my account. I enabled margin, and I figured out that with margin, if you sell cash secured puts, meaning that you're tying up collateral for the shares, you actually don't get charged any interest on your margin. As long as you're not buying any stocks and you're just collecting premiums, they'll never charge interest on your margin. So you could literally use their money for free. Like literally, you could use Robinhood's money for free. Though I would do it, relatively conservatively. But I mean, the point is you could literally use their money and not get any interest. So for some of these contracts, that's what I was doing. So I was literally collecting free rent off of Robinhood's money. That's what it felt like. It's pretty wild. HIPO. What's up, CJ? How you doing? Hippo? No. What is that? Hippo Holdings. This thing was dumping pretty hard. I don't know. I really don't have thoughts just because I don't even know what the hell this company does. What do these guys do? What dis? Any analyst ratings on it, or? Yeah, we don't really have any forecasts available on it. Yeah, Ben, yeah, pretty much. I'm on the boat with you there. Ben said investing in Nndm is just like playing the lottery, at least for Ben. Maybe years from now, we retail investors, all of us in here, basically, we might be glad that we did hold it. I'm on the boat with you there. That's why I'm not selling it. Like, I really do believe that their technology is going to be super breakthrough at some point. We just got to wait. I've also talked about in the past that because they are circuit boards, I think that in the future, if they really master the process of, building the circuit boards and make them fast and efficiently and really accurate, I think they could make, or anyone who takes advantage of it would be able to use a Nndm Dragonfly printer to basically make a Bitcoin mining ASIC. I don't think that's the only application, obviously, but I've been huge into Bitcoin recently, and I think they could really, honestly, at some point, I want to do that. I'm getting into mining right now. I have 4 ASICs running in my house right now. At some point, I would like to scale to a point where I can afford to research and develop and prototype my own ASIC. That's what I would like to do in the future, and I think it'll be really lucrative. And using Nndm's technology would make that way cheaper than using literally anything else out there that's available on the market. Do you guys want to see an ASIC? I have one that's actually broke a couple days ago. One of the middle so each one has 3 hash boards on it. One of them broke, so I unplugged it. I have a bunch of backups, but I unplugged that one, and I have it sitting around. I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to get it anyways. You guys have no choice. So she's a bit bulky. Yeah, this is 13 pounds right here. Let me fill out the webcam real quick so you guys get a good look at it. So this thing is what I like to call a money printer, but it is a Bitcoin printer. So it's got 2 fans. And it's got 3 boards on it. Yeah. Let me see. So there's 1, 2, 3 boards. You have this huge power supply. I mean, it's not that big, but I mean, you got a power supply here. This is what feeds the power to it with your, you know, just any normal computer cable. You just plug that in there and make sure you set it up correctly. And then, yeah, that's literally it. Like, once you configure these things, they're designed to not be messed with. Like, you don't have to interfere with these. Like, once they're running, they're supposed to just run. And then that's it. If it breaks, if a fan messes up, you replace the fan. If a board messes up, like this one, the middle board's messed up, I would have to just, you know, find a board from another device or buy one on eBay, replace it. If the control board messes up, this is the control board, this is the brain. If this messes up, you just replace that too. This metal thing is just a case, that's it. And really, that's it. There's really not that many components to this. You got 2 fans, 3 circuit boards, which Nano Dimension is going to, you know, be able to replace these at some point, I would imagine. And then you got this one, and then that's it. Literally, like, it's insane how easy these things are to run. The only thing is you need a lot of power. That's it, really. So I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put it back down. Once I have my mining operation ready, I cannot wait to show you guys. Why am I so bullish on Bitcoin? Because it's the most immutable thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's been unchanged for 12 years. It's literally backed by millions of people. It's secured with billions of dollars in hardware. There's a ton of infrastructure behind it. It allows stranded energy to be utilized. It's divisible. It's what is it? It's scalable. I mean, you have to do your research, man. Like, I would this is like I could talk about it for an hour, literally, and still not even like scrape the surface. Do your research. There's only 21 million Bitcoin, and it's going to be around for a very long time. I think Bitcoin is going to be a huge commodity in the future that everyone's going to want a part of. You think 48,000? If you think 48,000 Bitcoin is expensive, just wait till it's, you know, a lot more than that. Basically, you will have Bitcoin at some point in your life. I promise you. Speaking of Bitcoin, where is it right now? It's 48,000 again. The only reason people don't like Bitcoin is because it's volatile, but I don't care. I don't care about the volatility in Bitcoin because I know what I have. So, guys, screw the volatility. Ignore the volatility. Just know what you own. It's the most important part. Know what you own. If you bought it and you can't sleep on it, if it drops in value by half, then you don't know enough about it. Literally. It's really that simple. But yes, I am tremendously bullish on Bitcoin. All right, guys, I'm going to end the poll now. We had 51 votes. So 84% of you, or probably, you know, 42 of you are long-term investors. Thanks for participating, by the way, guys. DNN? What is DNN? Denison Mines. Exploration, development, uranium. Ah, okay, it's uranium stock. Yeah, I would say I'm bullish on uranium. I'm bullish on uranium. I'm bullish on energy in general. That also supports why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin. We are, the more energy humans consume, the more advanced we'll become, essentially, because we're able to harvest that energy. So energy is good. Energy, very good. It was $1, now it's $1.71. Yeah. I mean, uranium's got places to go. Are there any like nuclear energy stocks that you guys are aware of or know about? Man, I was looking at this stock the other day. Probably in like July. I was looking at this around $2. Never touched it. It's almost double that now. It is okay. I'm still bullish on energy. You know, you can't catch them all. It's not Pokemon, right? Kubient? Oh yeah, Kubient. I'm pretty sure I did talk about Kubient. I made a video on Kubient a while ago. I honestly forgot what these guys do. It's been a hot minute. Refresh my memory. I think I'm gonna have to watch my own video. It's been too long. I think these guys have like a proprietary search algorithm of some kind. I mean, kind of sounds like Google, right? But, yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Yeah, sorry, a million. I wish I could tell you more. I would have to, like, literally look into that all again. And, I think a lot of us in here are not going to want to listen to me do that pretty much right now. Okay, how many guys are still in this chat right now? Got 24 guys in the chat still. Fantastic. I hope you guys are doing wonderful today and that you guys are not making poor decisions in the stock market. That's why I'm here. I'm trying to keep you guys level-headed. I do like Riot Blockchain. Any of the Bitcoin stocks I really like. Although I wish that the small guys like me who are mining Bitcoin had the same possibility to raise capital like these guys. Because, I mean, these big mining companies are just like taking over everything. Kind of sucks. It's still decentralized, but I mean, a lot of the hash power is going to be... it might be just a little more centralized than we would want it, but maybe they'll offer some like co-location services in the future and let smaller miners use some of their energy as well. But as far as like a investment standpoint, I mean, if you can't buy Bitcoin and you can't mine Bitcoin, or you have like a Roth or a 401k or something, you want exposure to Bitcoin but just can't buy it directly, buying these Bitcoin stocks like Riot Blockchain and MicroStrategy and Hut8 and cloud mining, whatever it's called, like that's a way to get exposure to Bitcoin. Long DNN, I got you. I'm bullish on energy as well. Bad day, I'm working. Yuck. It's all good, Charles. You're mining that fiat. Just think of working to mine fiat, and then you use that fiat that's going to be debased and lose value over time. That dollar that you're working for, you could put that somewhere else that's not going to lose value over time. It really sucks for people who just save cash. One more BITW. Yeah, I'll look at BITW, CJ. Bitwise 10 crypto index fund. I mean, again, I think the crypto space has a lot of room to run. But as far as the projects go, I'm still only exposed to Bitcoin, and I only feel comfortable owning Bitcoin. If there's a bear market again, trust me, everyone's going to move back into Bitcoin. That's what happened the last cycle, so I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen again. How long have we been streaming? It has been an hour and a half. Just about. What's Vinco Ventures up to? Meh. I'm not impressed. Let's look at Aquestive Therapeutics. Trading within this... I'm so sorry I'm yawning, guys. It's kind of hard to talk that much. I mean, maybe we'll see... I mean, yeah, for this thing to run higher, we absolutely need it to close above, like, 450. And honestly, rally past that and then retest these levels. So something like... something that looks like... like this. Maybe touch some resistance up here. And then maybe it'll bounce again. So something like that. It's got to run past 450. Smith & Wesson. Oh, I'm from Texas. I was actually planning on buying some firearms strictly for like investment purposes, plus, you know, having them. Yeah, I was at Lowe's trying to get some wood for a thing that I'm building with my pops. There was a guy who approached us and was like, "Man, you guys gotta have guns, blah blah blah." Like, it's crazy out there. I was like, you know what? I kind of second you with that. You know, I'm really pro assets and just having, you know, desirable assets. In Texas, guns are very desirable, and it's really hard to find ammo right now. So, yeah. So if you can't buy firearms, I guess this is the next best thing, right? Yeah, it's right on the 200 moving average, too. I mean, yeah, we could see it pop off. Oh, gosh. First obvious area of support and resistance here at around $19. It's had really strong price reaction around here, too, multiple times, so... You just got to figure out how cheap is cheap enough on Smith & Wesson. If you want to get involved now, you can, but don't be surprised if it falls, you know, to 19, maybe a little below, and capture some liquidity down here in this area. I'll draw a box here so you guys can see it. This area. At least from a technical standpoint, that's what I would say about Smith & Wesson. Yep. You too can have gains like these, guys. So what do you guys want to look at next? What is the next hot thing right now? What's the next hot TikTok dance? Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. Especially if you're new and, you know, you're enjoying the content here. That's all I ask. It really helps the channel. It helps the algorithm, and, you know, YouTube loves it. So, yeah, go ahead and hit that like button. And then if you like it that much, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Is Roku going back down to $300? Possibly. Unless this is like the biggest reverse Head and Shoulders we've ever seen. ABCL, I think I've heard of that one. SRNG merger, no, I can't say I am. Soaring Eagle acquisition, no. Oh, this thing got bandsawed so hard. Yep, people definitely made their money and made out like bandits. This thing's probably going to keep going sideways for a while. What's the, Charles, what's the SPAC price on this? Like the redemption price, what is it? Do you know? Is it still within that like grace period that SPACs have? I would be very careful with SPACs right now, by the way. Etsy. Etsy's huge. God, I'm yawning uncontrollably right now. It's bad. I guess I didn't sleep that good last night. See, this is why I like gaps, because they end up filling up. It might take a little time, but they'll fill. So $215. What's the market cap on this? $27 billion for Etsy. So does anyone have $27 billion so we can buy out Etsy real quick? Hey guys, let's pull together all of our money and let's buy Etsy. Let's buy them out. There's got to be at least, you know, $1 billion in this chat right now. Between 20 of us. So that means each of us has, you know what, a good $50 million, right? Let's do it. Let's buy them out. I'll drop 50 million right now. And I know the rest of you have $50 million too, so shouldn't be too hard. Dang, Lordstown Motors is getting absolutely wrecked. Oh my goodness. Man, so many people made money on this stock last year, and then now it's like just dumping so hard. GTOR. GG Tour. Market cap 26,000. How are they even listed right now? What the heck is this? What am I even looking at? What is this? What is this company? How do I check out their profile? Engages in the development operation of venues for youth and adult sports market. Let's go to their website. What the heck? What the heck? Their website doesn't even work. Oh wait, no, this is just bugged out. Hold on, I gotta fix this. Nope. Can't do it. Sports venues FLA. No. Keeps taking me to this freaking random website. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, maybe on a, like, mechanics wise, it'll pop. Who knows? Video game esports. I know that's going to be a huge market. Already is a pretty big market, but it's expected to grow too. How's Neo doing? It's been a while. Yeah, and Neo made a bunch of people money too. Yep, Neo. How to 20 times your money in 6 months. Just buy Neo. Dropbox, $30 stock still. Yeah, the markets are still just trading sideways, but don't be alarmed. Let's look at treasury yields. $1.3%. Yeah, so with this kind of yield, if you want to make $100,000 a year, you need $10 million. That's insane. You need $10 million and wow. Your purchasing power is going to dwindle to nothing at some point with this kind of stuff. The Dragonfly LD machine is too expensive right now, $350,000. I'm hoping one day, I don't know if it costs to make their money on the inks and services. Maybe that's something they're like in the process of doing. Like any technology though, I think as it gets better, it's going to come down in price. So I wouldn't worry too much about how much the things cost right now. But I think the reason they're so expensive is because the time that it purchases. $350,000 might be a lot up front, but I mean the amount of time it's going to save these people developing whatever prototypes or circuit boards they would like to make is it's probably worth the premium. So that's why it's priced the way it is. But yeah, I do expect it to come down as time progresses, unless it's just too good, you know. I mean, in one of my videos, I said their machines could be $1 million a piece at some point, depending on what it does and how much time it saves. Time is money, right? So they're gonna put a premium on it for sure. But I think the return on investment in their machines, if you know how to use it, is gonna be way worth the huge price tag. But yeah, I'm with you on that. They gotta start looking at making money from the inks and services also. RVPH. Man, the analyst price targets on this are ridiculous on the high side. $19 from $4. Yeah, on a technical standpoint, this also looks pretty good. Just wait for that sharp close above like $5. By the way, just a reminder, guys, if you guys are liking the stream, make sure you guys hit the like button. It helps the stream a lot, and I would appreciate it very much so, guys. We got 28 likes so far. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching so far. We're approaching 2 hours on the live stream. I'm going to be here for another about 15 minutes, guys, and then I'll end it right around 2 hours. Yeah, go ahead and ask, you know, whatever you guys would like to ask, and I'll address it as best as I can. That's what I'm here for. Chat rate. Yeah, there's a few points in here, especially right now, where I'm going, you know, several minutes without any new chats. I guess I'll just start looking at news right now while I let you guys collect some questions. Are you guys aware of this? If you guys watched my most recent video, you would know. Nndm announced recently their collaboration with Fraunhofer Institute to develop the next generation of 3D printing systems. Could it be the Dragonfly printer, or could it be something even better? We don't know, but we know that they're going to be working on it. So that's the important part, is that they're contributing to it. Oh, Sensonics had some stuff going on too. This was released 2 days ago. All right. Sensonic. Oh, this is new to me. Sensonics announced a collaboration with the University Hospitals Accountable Care Organization in Cleveland, Ohio. Okay, what is this? What is the implication of this? Okay, let's read this. The maker... Wait, let me start from the beginning. Sensonics focused on the development of, commercialization of the first and only implantable continuous glucose monitor for people with type 1 or type 2 diabetes and Essentia diabetes care. The makers of the Contour family of diabetes blood glucose monitoring devices and commercialization partner for Sensonics. That is a really wordy introduction. They have announced that the University Hospitals Accountable Care Organization, or the UHACO, in Cleveland, Ohio, has begun offering the Eversense CGM system to its Medicare enrollees effective early September 21. Oh, okay. So okay, nice. The recent decision to use the Eversense CGM in eligible patients with type 1 or type 2 diabetes shows the commitment of UHACO to facilitate optimal diabetes management for its enrollees. Man, I hope they get the closed loop system out there pretty soon too. We are excited to offer Eversense to our ACO patients with diabetes. Supplying tools for effective glucose management allows us to meet the standards of care for patients using insulin as outlined by the American Diabetes Association. Eversense offers patients choice amongst continuous glucose monitoring devices. The Eversense CGM system delivers industry-leading accuracy and improved patient experience and an array of unique features that afford people, especially those in Medicare population, the opportunity to improve their health outcomes. So yeah, this is pretty good stuff right here, especially with good reviews. And yeah, the way their stuff works is a fluorescence-based sensor, a smart transmitter worn over the sensor, communicates with an app, detects your glucose levels, is inside your arm, so it's touching your bloodstream, and yeah, this is massive. Yeah, I'm very bullish on Sensonics too, Ben, by the way. Very bullish. People with diabetes are going to slowly but surely work their way into Sensonics products, into the Eversense. Yeah, it's my second largest holding in my stock portfolio. Though I actually should have more shares, but I'm exposed as much as I can right now. But yeah, I'm very bullish on Sensonics, Ben. Oh, my back's a little sore right now. Ugh. Okay, how many? We got 17 guys still in here. We got 16. Anyone who has questions, go ahead and ask away. I have about 10 more minutes on the live stream, and then I'm going to hop off the live stream. So anything you guys want to talk about, anything you guys want to ask away. Don't be shy. Charles, Emilian, Ben, Sonia, CJ. Who else is in here? Jackie, Jennifer. Yeah, markets are pretty quiet right now, too. Honestly, I might end this early. Yeah, guys, I'm probably going to end this actually in just a few minutes, so let me know. Okay, nice, Ben. You didn't hear it from me. It's not financial advice. Remember that. But I'm very bullish on Sensonics, so I support your decision. Man, Palantir, I've always had struggles understanding them, but they got a lot going for them. I know that with the government contracts and all that. I've heard their technology it could be deemed as a little scary because of like just what it is, how like Minority Report kind of like future prediction type deal. Could be huge, but you know, as a company, as long as they can run profitably and you know retain cash flows, preserve their wealth within the company, I mean it's just another asset that you can hold that could appreciate a lot. Again, you got to do your research though, you know. Of course, Susan, thank you very much for being here in the stream with the rest of us here. I appreciate your time a lot. MMAT, I think I have MMAT stock. I have at some point. What? Let me look. Metamaterials, right? Yeah, I have. I didn't really put much attention to it though. I was just looking at too many stocks, but again, I mean, maybe they're a good business. Will they be around? I don't know. Yeah, for sure, Million. Thanks for sticking around, man. I appreciate it. Palantir's 40% of your portfolio. Okay. I mean, if you have conviction and it's a good holding, I mean, I'd support that entirely. I think that people should have very few stocks within their portfolio as long as you've done the research and know exactly what you're holding. You know, a lot of people are putting their money into ETFs and index funds, whatever of that sort, just because, I mean, they don't know where else to put their money. Like, just because you're buying an ETF with, you know, 100 different stocks, does that mean that you like each of those 100 companies individually based on the proportion to the ETF, you know? Like, I think stock picking is the way to go, but you have to put the time aside and do the work. Long-term hold. I'm with you, John. Long-term hold on Nano Dimension. Don't look at it any other way or you'll be disappointed. Mark has no faith in the management. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's what I was in my most recent video. I said that too. Around $5.50, $5.60 is close to their cash value. So you're basically paying 30 cents times 250 million shares. You're paying $75 million for Nano Dimension as a company right now around today's price. So yeah, I mean, I would ignore the market. Just if you've done the research, you know what you have. So it's always good to take advantage of the what would you call that? The disparity of research between investors. VOO, okay. That's an index, right? Yeah, Vanguard. There you go. Yeah, VOO, I mean, you're going to perform with the entire market with VOO. I mean, if you're trading a ton of money, I mean, I don't blame you for having stuff like this. I mean, this is huge. 2021, how has this performed? From the beginning of 2021, they're up a good 20%. So, I mean, at least you're outpacing inflation right now, asset inflation. So, yeah, I don't think it's a bad trade. But if you're trying to outperform the market, you can't be putting your money in things like this. Yeah, of course, Sonia. That's the whole point. I really hope you are learning something when you come here. I don't want it to just be an echo chamber of the same thing. I like really try and make sure you guys are learning at least something, or at least like framing your mindset at least a little differently. That would, help you for the in the long run. Yeah, I appreciate you for sticking around and being around for as long as you have. Trust me, I take notice of people who are around, like a part of my audience who come back and watch my content and participate in these chats and are interacting with others. Like, I really appreciate that, like, a lot. I hope my chair's, like, not too squeaky. I gotta do something about that. Okay, we're approaching hour 57. I'm gonna get off in a couple minutes, guys, so anything else you guys have to ask, please go ahead and ask, and, we'll go from there. If you guys want to sign up to the Patreon group while I still have it available, go ahead and do that too. But for the most part, I'd recommend you guys just check out the Substack. I'm going to link it here so you guys can just put your email. I promise I won't spam you and make it really annoying. Wait, no, I got to fix that. Hold on. Ignore this. I'm going to ignore this message. There you go. I think you can click that link. It'll work. Wait, no, that link doesn't work either. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm going to get you the right link, guys. Don't worry. It's probably right the first time. I'm going to remove this again. I think I messed up because I put www. Should be like this. That one will work. So I'm going to pin that to the top. Anyone who wants to sign up for that newsletter, go ahead, sign up. Again, I promise I won't spam you and make your inbox an uninhabitable place in your email. Nice. Congratulations, Ben. You own probably one of the best continuous glucose monitor companies out there right now. Yeah, I'm with you there. Again, I have 1,000 shares of these guys, so I guess I'm a little biased. BioNano, I mentioned that earlier. Again, if you go earlier in the stream, but I'll talk about it again. I don't know enough about genomics, but if this is a technology that sticks around and is successful, just like a lot of things, a lot of technology, they end up exploding and taking over. So if it's a good technology, I mean, it's worth holding. But with as much attention as it gets and has gotten, it's going to be a roller coaster to hold their stock. So just expect that if you hold their stock. Like if you buy it and it drops 50%, you can't hold it. It just means you don't know enough about the company. So you have no business, owning their stock at that point, is what I mean. Yeah, 15 guys in here, so... Alright. Any last questions? I'm about to get off, guys. Been live streaming 2 hours now, and I think it is about that time. Yeah, I think under $4 is still incredibly cheap. Though I wouldn't be surprised to see it go down to like 3. But again, $3-4, does it really matter if it's, you know, $100? You know, you get what I'm saying? Does it really matter? Yeah, that's what I try to get you guys to understand, that long term, these intraday price fluctuations really don't matter. When in the long run, it's going to be worth tremendously more than it is today. So keep that in mind. I got to figure out what I'm going to do to activate subscriptions, though. But I do want to make it worth your time, guys. All right, so that's it for the live stream, guys. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. We've been on here for 2 hours. We talked about a whole lot. If you guys want to check this out, the live stream should be on my channel, but I'll probably just upload it as its own video, just so you guys have access to it and you guys can, you know, watch it and, you know, learn something. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, like the video, guys. It helps YouTube algorithm. I appreciate it a whole lot. And if you're new, go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel, so that way you guys are notified whenever I upload another live stream or start another live stream, and get notified when I make future videos. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys a lot for sticking around. I will see you in the next video.